You're not watching where you're going.
Why are you so good to me?
Because when you smile, I feel like it's all worth it.
Jiang Yanci. Are you talking about?
Jiang Yanci.
Just look up his university years.
Alright, give me 2 days.
It was the spring of our junior year.
First, establish myself in the financial industry, then build up capital and connections. And eventually, I want to start my own investments.
Why investment?
Because I want to stand
Somewhere high enough.
If he wants to meet in person.
I need this kind of setup.
Hello, Miss Song. Mr. Jiang is waiting for you. This way, please.
Please have a seat, Miss Song.
coffee or tea.
Plain water, please.
I reviewed the agreement.
Yes, I have. Our legal team raised some points regarding the exit, specifically about the exit clause. Regarding the trigger conditions, we'd like to add a supplementary agreement.
The threshold for this exit mechanism is set too low.
Song needs to retain control on this matter.
That shouldn't be a problem.
I'll have the legal team finalize the draft.
We can sign next week.
Okay. You've lost weight.
So have you.
At the banquet the other night, I didn't expect to run into you.
Neither did I.
How have you been all these years?
I've been okay. How about you?
Not bad, either.
What you said to me 4 years ago took me a long time to process.
At first I thought you were right. Social classes, family realities. These things indeed carry more weight than our feelings for each other.
But later I realized none of the things you said was what you actually wanted to say.
Jiang Yanci.
You don't have to admit it, nor do you need to deny it. I just wanted you to know
But I understand.
Then why did you leave?
Because back then, I wasn't in a position to stay.
And now,
Now, I want to ask you something.
what is it?
If we put aside all external circumstances, and you just ask yourself,
Do you want to start over?
Mom answered the phone first.
Dad's checkup results are out today. The doctor says he needs surgery. You need to come home right away.
I'll head back right now. My dad needs surgery.
It's a family emergency.
Have the legal team handle the agreement. I must go now.
I'll walk you downstairs.
No need.
As for your question,
I can't answer it right now.
He asked me about the progress of that deal. How are the talks going?
it's basically settled. We'll sign the agreement next week.
Who is the investor?
Siyuan Capital.
Siyuan Capital. What's the founder's name?
Jiang Yanci, it is him.
Yes, he has done quite well over these years.
Dad.
All right. Let's not talk about this.
For business matters, you make your own decisions. I trust your judgment.
Oh, by the way, Zhixu, your dad is going to be fine, right?
He will. Director Lu said the success rate is very high.
I didn't tell him about it. How did he find out?
The surgery was very successful, and all 3 bypasses are clear. The blood flow is recovering well.
Everything went smoothly. Just you.
About that agreement,
Go ahead and sign it. From a business perspective, it's beneficial to Songs.
I've reviewed Siyuan's investment cases. They do business the right way.
As for what happened 4 years ago, I don't regret the decision I made back then. But you can't live in a single decision forever.
You're an adult now.
some choices must be made by yourself.
Are you free this Wednesday? I'd like to treat you to dinner, to thank you for showing concern.
"7 p.m. I'll pick the place."
Have you been waiting long?
Just got here. How did you know about my dad's surgery?
When finalizing the agreement with your company, your assistant mentioned it, saying that you might be hard to reach this week because of a family matter. So I had someone check on it.
You don't have to explain. I was just curious. My dad said you did a great job. He looked into Siyuan's case studies.
Please thank Uncle Song for me.
Jiang Yanci, about what you asked me last time, that question. I've thought it over, but I can't give you a straightforward answer. What happened 4 years ago wasn't just your fault, and it wasn't just mine. It was everything piling up to push us to that impasse. But circumstances have changed now. But I'm not sure if we are still the same people we were.
At 22, well, All I could offer you was sheer courage. Things are different now.
So, what do you want?
I want a chance.
Not to go back to the past, but to get to know you again.
Get to know each other again.
With no expectation. And no baggage.
And what if we realize we're not right for each other?
I won't linger.
Okay.
Okay. My treat next time is on me too.
Where is your car parked?
Left at the end of the alley, on the roadside.
Text me when you get home.
Jiang Yanci. Have you really not changed your number in 4 years?
If I did, how would you find me?
Drive slowly. The roads are slippery.
Give me 5 minutes.
An old latte. Less sugar.
What about you?
I'm good.
You couldn't drink it before. Black coffee.
I'm used to it. Stay up late enough, and you just get used to it. Like time.
Still on the surface, but flowing underneath.
When did you start going to exhibitions?
2 years ago.
I had really bad insomnia for a while.
I tried a lot of things. Eventually, I found that looking at paintings quieted my mind.
Do you still get insomnia?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll wait for you downstairs.
When did you start smoking?
Just occasionally.
Occasionally. How often is that?
The shrimp and crab porridge here is really good.
Do you come here often?
During my first year in business, my office was nearby. I often worked until midnight back then. Only this place was still open.
Alone. Most of the time. And that scar on your wrist. How did you get it?
Just bumped it.
Really?
From the age of a box when moving, if you don't want to talk about it.
Then don't. But don't lie to me.
During my first year in business, a project collapsed. The LPs withdrew their funding.
The money in our account was only enough to pay
1 month's salaries. I was under a lot of pressure during that time. I couldn't sleep. I wasn't doing very well. One night, I had a few drinks and smashed a glass. I cut myself while cleaning it up. It really was just an accident.
It's not what you think.
Later, we found a new LP
and saved the project. It's all in the past now.
Zhixu, I never blamed you.
I know that you don't blame me.
Makes me feel even worse.
Then we're even?
Let's go. Take me home. Jiang Yanci.
Don't shoulder everything alone from now on.
Okay. We're here. I'll text you.
My first latte art with a new machine. Ugly, but drinkable.
It really is ugly. Song Zhixu, what are you smiling at? Nothing. A friend just sent me a funny video. You look great lately. Is there some good news? Just work going smoothly.
The supply chain was stuck for 3 days and the logistics data didn't match. We should go through Quanzi's channel.
Zhixu.
Out for a walk? And who is this?
A friend.
I'll head out first then.
Just as I thought.
Come home for dinner tonight. Your dad will be there too. We have something to talk to you about.
Mom, if you want to ask something, just ask. Sister Zhang said she saw you walking by the river last night. Was it Jiang Yanci? Yes. Zhixu, did you forget? I haven't forgotten. 4 years ago. Every single day of it. I remember it all. But, Mom, I'm 26 now.
What about 26?
Does being 26 mean you can ignore the consequences? No matter how rich he is, it doesn't change the gap between you two.
What gap? Do you know how many times greater his net worth is compared to Song's now?
Have you actually done the math?
Xiyuan Capital manages 4 billion yuan. It took him only 4 years to reach this position.
Let her finish.
Dad, you said it back in the hospital, that I should make my own choices.
I did say that.
But I also want to know if you've really thought this through.
I have.
Then tell me, by being with him, is it out of guilt? Or is it because you truly want to?
Maybe at first, there was some.
How can you be sure?
Because guilt makes you want to run away. Not draw closer. I want to get close to him. Not because of who he's become, but because he's still himself.
Fine. Lao Song. Alright, that's enough. He's all grown up now. He knows what he's doing. But I have one condition. Bring her to our home for a meal.
Okay.
知旭，妈不是要害你，知旭。Mom didn't mean to hurt you. Not even 4 years ago.
I know.
I've always known.
I had a talk with my parents.
How did it go?
My dad wants you to come over for dinner.
When?
This weekend, probably. I'll check with my mom first.
Okay. What should I bring?
Just bring yourself. Don't be nervous. My dad is easygoing. Please come in.
Uncle Song, Auntie, I just bought a few gifts. I hope you like them.
Have a seat. Have some tea.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Song.
Detailed questions about the market in Country S. What was the toughest time during your years of entrepreneurship?
In the first year, a project imploded and LPs withdrew their funds. The money in our account was only enough to last for a month. The team of 12 people was waiting to get paid. During that time, I slept less than 3 hours a day. I lost nearly 10 kilograms.
How did you get through it?
We found new investors. My team and I did everything we could, and we saved the project. And I also realized a few things.
Like what?
That there's a limit to how much one person can carry alone. I used to think that if I just gritted my teeth, I could get through anything. But later I found out that wasn't the case.
Has your company set its direction for this year?
Pretty much. We'll be focusing on the new energy sector.
Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie.
You stay seated. 厨房小.
There's barely any room.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
When your dad asked about the startup phase, my palms were sweating.
Do you get like this when pitching to investors?
That's different.
In front of investors,
I can afford to lose.
I know my mom needs time.
After what happened 4 years ago, I wouldn't let it go easily, either if I were in her shoes.
You don't blame her.
I did. At first.
But later, I understood. She's a mother. There is nothing wrong with protecting her own child.
Then, did you ever blame me?
I did.
I resented you a lot during the first year. I felt like you just gave up without even trying.
And then?
Then one day, I saw a photo you posted on your Moments. It was taken in a hospital corridor, captioned, "Everything will be fine." I worked out the timing and realized it was right around the time your dad was first hospitalized.
That was when I understood. It wasn't that you didn't want to fight for us.
You simply had no other choice.
Jiang Yanci, don't hold on to resentment anymore.
I let go of it long ago.
The tea has gone cold.
Let me brew another pot. 狼精 or 铁观音?
铁观音, please. Thank you, Auntie.
Drive safe.
Will do. Take care of yourself, Uncle Song.
Get home safe.
He's a good person, but I still. How is the foundation of the new Jiangcheng factory coming along?
Thank you, Auntie.
What do you mean?
It means I saw it, but I wouldn't dare judge.
It's snowing. What time did you get up?
Just insomnia. I had too much on my mind.
Have you had breakfast yet?
No.
Let's get something to eat first.
What were you thinking about?
I've been thinking all night.
I've been thinking about us for a long time.
For a really long time.
And I think some things need to be said. I haven't asked you about what you said over the past few months. It wasn't because I didn't want to know the answer. I just felt the timing wasn't right. Your dad had just had surgery.
Your mom was still adjusting.
And work was busy for you too. I didn't want you to make a decision under pressure.
But I realized that if we keep waiting for the perfect moment, we might never find it. So I want to say it now.
Song Zhixu, I want to be with you. Not to start over, but to start from now. Not because of the regrets from 4 years ago.
Not out of guilt.
And not because we're unwilling to let go. It's because after getting to know you again over these past few months, I'm more certain than I was 4 years ago. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Okay, but the soy milk has gone cold. Let me get you another hot cup.
Noni, I can drink it cold.
Boss, another cup of hot soy milk, please.
Let's go. Let's go to the riverbank to watch the snow. It's okay. The road is still ahead.